Well, are you ready to talk about some sports?
Maybe.
Ow! That hurt. Victor Allen's new Sportz. Written and directed by the bald-headed black man. They say you rub his head and make a whoosh. That's right, the man that the ladies have described as sexual chocolate. His show, bringing you his unique view of sports, different than before, dressed appropriately, sports bras and jock straps. And here we go. Here's sports. Here's
A lot of yelling. It ain't going nowhere, man.
yeah.
Ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. I got you. Hey, look, you know what? We in that time, man. Did you see the part of the Magic Johnson confessional?
I know. I saw the little part, not nearly enough.
You know, when they dedicate a full segment, you know, you go like, when they want to come on your show and get everything straight, that means you're playing with power. You learn some things. And let me just say this. You didn't learn anything new that doesn't go on every day. You got
But the perspective was so unique.
Yes.
Certainly here in Los Angeles, and actually since Los Angeles is the focus of so many places, and the Lakers, this is a big controversy when Magic Johnson decides to say, well, this is not good. I'm not having fun.
Right.
I mean, that's what he said. He said, I'm not having fun.
Absolutely.
And then he talked about backstabbing and insider whatever.
And go like this. I can say whatever I want, just get the job done. If everybody can if the behavior is, you heard me ask this question earlier, even though this is it's not supposed to be my lead-in subject, but I had to jump in on this. If everybody's worrying about, well, how did he leave? I said, first you need to evaluate what happened when he came in. And since you could sit there and go, I can criticize him by the way he exited. Absolutely. I said, but notice he didn't spit any fire at anybody when he was going, this is what's happening.
No, he didn't.
So I'm not judging him based on how he exited, because I want people to know, most of you guys are blessed. I've had the wonderful experiences of having not pink slips, just a slip. And that's it. You get a slip.
They got some getting fired stories.
Right. It's really.
He's a black man.
Oh, my God.
America.
And I'm going.
He speaks so well.
He said.
They fired you and you speak so well.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. If somebody said,
so well.
If the way you leave this company is based on the way you got here and how you arrived, then maybe you wouldn't be leaving this company. And so I go, you know, the one thing I have to sit back and say, Magic did something that most don't do. One day you'll get an agent on a real sports show who's going to say, let me tell you the real life of how I have to hustle it. One day you'll get a manager to say, this is what I got to do. It's ruthless in there. Lions, tigers, and agents. Oh my. So I'm just saying, I got what's happening. So I'm good with it, man. So, hey, you know what? Don't have to be perfect. There's backstabbing in all industries. Just the way it is. All right, man.
That's for them.
I had to have this segment where I said, look, I'm going to call this my Boom Shakalaka sporting life. And Boom Shakalaka, which everybody knows, hey, you know, it's an older term, but Boom Shakalaka is that it doesn't necessarily is going to center around the NBA conference finals, because literally there's nothing exciting really to talk about it. And it's kind of is what it is. So I want to let you guys know that there's some boom shakalaka when it comes to what they call billiards, the new sport who I think you need to get an idea of what it's like. The presentation is billiards, man. Billiards. Pool. Like, look at that. Got your shades. She's sitting there. She's going, I got this. Whew. Puff of smoke. Puff of smoke. Now, this is what you get. I think it's unintended realities that's happening here, because I call this Western Saloon pole dancing billiards. What do I mean by that? Literally throwing billiard balls at your boss after showing up drunk and getting fired as a pole and a strip dancer. Let's give it up to Ashley Priola, who basically is accused of going balls out with rage after she was canned for being so drunk she fell while dancing on stage at the Red Dog Saloon in Oklahoma. The slosh stripper chucked 2 pool balls at her boss's face, busting the woman's nose because she was fired from the Oklahoma City jiggle joint. According to cops who arrested her while riding in a cop car, Priola went berserk and offered all of her money to an officer in exchange for taking her home instead of jail. Then tried to bust out a window of the ride, according to police. Now, Mario,
I bet they didn't now. She was
no,
black.
wait, no.
Okay.
No, wait, stop, because I know where you're going. I got you. You're right. First, do you want to see billiard, ball, pool dancers competitions and the Olympics? Do you want to see it?
Boom shakalaka.
Boom.
Because it's the boom.
Right, it's the boom. Now, wait a minute. Just so you know that everybody gets a second chance. There's rumors.
Or third. Or fourth.
Then you could kick in. There's rumors has it that Ashley was a former runway model prior to her being a strip pole dancer. So we're going to look at some of her work as we look at it.
That's what you get for drinking before the show.
This is wrong. See, it keeps going.
It's them heels.
It keeps going, right? So look, here's my point, Mario. How much time do you think she's going to serve?
She's a white woman.
You let the hate go. Let the hate go.
If she was black, they would have charged her with attempted murder for throwing a pool ball at somebody. Pool balls.
Absolutely.
They would have charged her with attempted murder.
Thank you.
And beat her ass on the way to the jail.
So the wording and how it was reported is that...
You know she's going to get off.
Is it a weapon?
Who gets to throw shit, assault people, and get out of jail fast? Pretty white women.
Right.
Lindsay Lohan went to jail for 5 minutes.
Right.
Okay? Who the hell go to jail for 5 minutes?
I understand.
Lindsay Lohan late to jail. I just cry. Okay. Another chance.
Okay.
That's the main thing. If she cries, she'll get another chance.
Let me just say this. Billiard balls are weapons, right? Mm-hmm. But when they reported this, they didn't really say that they could be used as weapons.
That's
or
the
attempted
spin.
Murder because they're saying, oh, it just hit her in the face and the nose and everything.
Right.
That's it. So
that's that spin.
That's it. Right.
That's that privilege.
Now let me just tell you what I didn't know. I didn't know the word saloon. It's still being used. And it's in Oklahoma.
That's where they have saloons. Here in L.A., they just have bars.
Right. So
but in Oklahoma, they have saloons.
All right. Going to the next, man. I just want to let you guys know that one is serious. Boom shakalaka. Tiger's shade. Now, of course, Tiger Woods' broken leg versus John Daly's cart. And the big issue is that PGA's Americans with Disabilities Act committee gives John Daly an exemption with arthritic knee.
Because that's a new law. It's a law now.
Yeah, no, I got it. But see, watch this. See, I'm with you on this. We on the same page. Now, this is a quote from Tiger. As far as John Daly taking a cart, I walked with a broken leg. So, Woods said, referring to his 2008 U.S. Open win. Is he throwing shade, bitter, or saying, my broken leg, I didn't need a cart, why you need that? Is he being real or is he just this? And just to add to this, the PGA over the weekend, both of them missed the cut. So they didn't get to go far in the first place. So was the shade worth it?
Vic, this picture that you put up here with John Daly in those pants.
Right, man.
No, just even that. His ass needs to get out and walk. Get out and crawl. Just get out. Okay, one thing he needs to do some push-ups too. Push-up from the dinner table.
Wait a minute. Hey, look.
So, I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say, bro?
I'm saying those some ugly pants, but look, I guess I got to go get me some.
Hey, look.
I like the tennis shoes, though.
Bold John Daly is on the golf course.
You don't
smoking.
wear those?
Smoking.
You got swans.
Hey, you look.
You was smoking on the golf course?
Let me have to sponsor those pants. I'll put on a back-to-back all-week
Boom
pair.
shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
But when it comes to him and Tiger arguing, I think I might be on his side. Which one you want to have dinner with?
Oh man. Everybody knows the mileage go further when you go with Tiger. It's Tiger, man. No matter what,
who you want to
it's gonna be Tiger, man.
Who you going to spend?
You because
you probably have more fun with John.
Oh, yeah.
You certainly eat better.
Yeah, and he will be smoking
That's right.
cigarettes.
Pastor, he be smoking some weed.
No,
No, he smokes some weed. I'm looking at him. He smokes some weed and he drinks some too.
All right. Getting next to the next one here. This one, boom shakalaka, Lamar. Ex-NBA star Lamar Odom, as you guys know, used a prosthetic penis to cheat an Olympic drug test. Okay.
How do you, what?
Wait, don't go there. Don't go see you're doing it. You're doing it. Before we get in here, we're going to go through a series of 3-second, what we call looking at responses, the same way Mario just did. So let's just, before we go there, let's go look at the first response. You sit there. This is one of the responses. I'm saying this stuff, and I'm keeping the names connected to these responses in social media private, although the face of concern is there. No, it's no problem. Boom shakalaka. Let's go to another response. Bitch, I'm high. So these are responses to his admission for his new memoirs book that's coming out, where he did a interview with People magazine. So we're just giving you some mileage here. Let's go to the next one. Laughing my dead ass off. This, dude, I wish I could show you.
These are the responses.
These are the responses to his admission.
These are very creative responses.
All right. And the one that I probably get is desperate for clean piss. So I'm just saying, they're having a ball at the expense of Lamar. Now let me just say this.
Oh.
Let me just say this.
This is disgusting.
Let me just say this. I applaud his recovery and his come to self and being able to overcome. And it is an unbelievable journey when many of us were thinking the pathway that it looked like he was going on was really not good. So first, let me do that and applaud him. Now, second, I wish y'all could have seen a lot of the responses. Because the first thing
they're going to go look now.
Let me just say this. When somebody said, I used a prosthetic penis, and then he describes what he did. Now, let me
it's just your urethra that pees, so it doesn't make any difference. You could pee through a hole in your...
And wait a minute. He describes how he went and used it, passed with flying colors. So, one response is somebody just said...
Oh, he's saying that they were looking at him.
Right.
He pulled out a fake pee.
Yeah, he
used some fake pee.
And yes.
To pass, because that's why I didn't understand it.
Right, okay. Because this is what I said. This is what's your response. See, you have to say...
I wasn't understanding,
Yeah, it's him going... Everybody's shaking their head because you got to read the book, which now is my guess. Will it be top 10 seller?
No.
And it's because it's
who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's the hard.
Mostly that.
Well,
mostly that. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Lamar. We want to hear about Chloe, whatever.
Well, the other admission is he slept with 2,000 women and he was He was addicted to sex. That's another admission.
Check his sphincter tone. That's all I say.
So
check that tone.
So if
making sure it's still tight.
First of all,
maybe a little loose up in there.
My question is, how do you determine when to count?
Once you get to 1,000, of course.
How do you count? Who
believes that shit? He don't know how many people. If it's over hundreds, you don't know how many you slept with. Okay, you just straight up hoe. The real question is how many diseases you got: HPV, HIV, herpes, chlamydia. You just might be beyond antibiotic hope.
Wait a minute.
In that zone, they should just put a red flag on you.
That's why I said, dude, there's an awakening that's happening with him. So the response is everybody.
Really? Awakening. After 2000.
See, I want to.
guess you would be awake. I wonder where you were at 1,980.
Let me say this. I'm picturing this. After number 1, you go home and you put 1. So after the experiences, you go 2. And you keep going. How would you know? So I'll leave that in the book, man.
Because you also a dope head. So you really don't know how many you slept with or who slept with you. Like I said, I checked the tone. Sphincter tone, make sure it doesn't open up too easy.
Let me just say this.
You might be on the receiving end if you're one of
the
them.
Biggest fear about
drug
one
of them drug parties. Somebody might have slipped him a little something.
Okay. Let me just say thank you for the story.
That's
I hope it's uplifting. I hope it is. But yes, the social media is out there. See, I'm trying to keep it.
I'm sorry for clothing.
See, so there's so much out there. You guys are bad with some of those images. Some of it I just couldn't put up there. What's your favorite out of the 4 I showed you? You know, the responses from Ice Cube on down to Desperate for the Piss. What's your favorite image?
Desperate for clean piss. Want me to show that one again?
Yeah, you can show it again. For those who just this one is just that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Desperate.
Had to buy some clean piss.
And and the person who I'm keeping anonymous put a line.
The clean piss says they're pregnant and you're a guy.
Right. The person who put it up, it's a he, said, "Can you just stop smoking marijuana for 1 minute?" That was the court.
With his weed ain't the issue. Shit, why? All the shit he doing, you want him to stop smoking weed? No, motherfucker. Smoke all the weed you want. Cut all the other drugs and that drinking out. When you do get to keep smoking some weed, give me a break.
Like I said, boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next. Hey, look, I don't know if it's a comeback in the heavyweight division, but it's sad and it is also a celebration. Deontay Wilder did his work against Dominique Breazeale, KO in the first round, heavyweight division. This is all supposed to be the setup for Anthony Joshua out of the UK. But I think the same problems are roaming around as it relates to why the heavyweight division is suffering. They only have his persona and his personality. He did a great job. He did his job. The problem is they were showing all the arguments why they can't fight versus why it just can't get done. And the problem is just don't have enough people in the heavyweight division who can bring this excitement. But I'm optimistic because they talk about his honesty, how he brings it. And yes, he says it's a sport basically to kill. He says you literally in a sports where you're taking punishment that can kill someone, but he can't say the words. It would not be appropriate. But he said at the end of the day, you're not sitting up there, trying to slap him lightly. And he brings it real. And I think that's what they say is the refreshing part of him being a heavyweight boxer in that division. He's keeping it real. Now, here's the other thing. Will this fight make you follow Deontay to his next fight and watch the fight, period, regardless of anyone else he may be fighting? Or will you wait for the big one when it's all overhyped, Martin?
I'll wait for the big one.
All overhyped, huh? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the same place, man. Same place. So congratulations to D. He did his job. Work it. All right, going over to the last one because everybody's going, well, hey, you're not talking about the NBA playoffs conference finals. So I can't say too much about Portland because, unfortunately, it looks like they're close to getting swept. Dame Dollar, who I had delivering up to this point as being viable or at least a candidate for the MVP, now says, at what I'm seeing right now, since Durant is not in and it looks like they can keep him out until the conference finals, who is your MVP at this point? Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and I've already mentioned Damian Lillard. Who would you select, Mario?
Kawhi.
Easy, right? Easy.
Easy enough.
He's carrying the team.
Yeah, recently Damian Lillard has put in some performances, especially in the last series against Westbrook, that had people really talking a certain way. But the fact that they're getting beat up so bad, it's hard now to even talk about this. Steph Curry's actually kind of been in more of a slump on and off.
More weapons,
and
though.
even Klay Thompson had some big-time misses lately.
Yeah.
Kawhi's been the one.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he took Jimmy Butler to the hoop so many times, it looked like an old song. And actually was, when he got offensive rebounds and scored over Embiid,
right,
I was very impressed.
Yeah, and look. And,
he doesn't care. He doesn't back down off of anybody.
Jimmy Butler said it, so he says, you don't realize how strong this guy is. He's the strongest guy per his weight and height that he's gone against. He is really strong. My fear is he's going to get burned out. You could see what was happening in the game for Game 3. They can come back. They can even it up. But Milwaukee has so many weapons. Just look at the bench scoring, you guys. Everybody already knows this. So with that being said, what they did, what Golden State is doing to Portland, what they're going like this. Soon as Dame comes across the midcourt line, double him up. If Toronto, if they're lucky enough to get past Milwaukee and go against Golden State, they're just going to say, hey, look, we're just going to make it harder for Kawhi. And he's going to have to work even harder, which you could see. But right now my MVP is, hey, definitely Kawhi at this point. It's not over yet. Giannis, he's okay. He's doing it. But his team is distributing the ball all over the market.
Oh, yeah.
Man. It's there. Done deal. Yeah. Hey, that's it, you guys. Like I said, boom shakalaka. Going to try to bring that back around again. Like I said, with new Olympic sports in the mix, I'm voting for, hey, billiard ball tossing. I'm not at your boss, though.
Billiard ball tossing.
I'm done, man.
Yeah. That's right. Victor Allen's New Sports, a recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show, written and directed by the bald-headed black man. Tune in to Victor Allen's unique view on sports. Always unique, always different. Remember to dress appropriately. Sports bras and jock straps. As everybody wants to keep you confused. Now we do it. That's the way it is. That's the way we want it.